A U.S. Muslim advocacy group has spoken out against the recent arrest of a Palestinian student at Columbia University, calling it a concerning sign for activists. The Council on American Islamic Relations, CAIR, described the arrest as sending a chilling message and raising questions about free speech on college campuses.
To address a pressing issue that strikes at the very heart of our democracy, the unconstitutional crackdown on free speech in the United States. This fundamental right, enshrined in the First Amendment of our Constitution, is under threat, particularly for those who dare to protest against the Israeli genocide and war crimes in Gaza and in the West Bank, and also protesting our government's unconditional support of that genocide. We condemn the Trump administration's action against Mr. Khalil, who has not violated a single law in the United States. Abducting him in the middle of the night while taking an iftar meal during the month of Ramadan is a violation of his rights, and it is a chilling message of intimidation against all activists who are speaking against injustice. Stop terrorizing Mr. Khalil and his 8-month pregnant wife. Release him immediately and unconditionally. Mahmoud Khalil is a political prisoner whose freedom has been violated by the Trump administration. And I really wonder if Mr. President Trump, if he understands the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. We applaud the federal judge, Jesse Furman, for blocking the Trump administration from deporting Mr. Khalil. I call on all of us to stand up right and fight for free speech for all Americans. For if we fight for this right, we preserve what America means to itself and to the world, a free and democratic country that sets itself apart from other societies and other countries where dissenting views are not punished but are valued and protected. In conclusion, free speech in America is a holy and important value that keeps the foundation of our democracy intact. Any attack on free speech for one individual is a threat to all freedoms of all people in this country and around.
Executive Director Nihat Awad and Research Manager Farah Afifi addressed the issue, emphasizing the need for legal protection and student rights.
We noted a 7% increase in the number of complaints we received, making 2024 now the highest reported year on record in our organization's 30-year history. That number is 8,658 complaints. The highest reported category was employment discrimination at 1,329 complaints. I'm going to speak about this in more detail in just a moment, but it is important to note here that this is the first time in our organization's history that employment discrimination is the highest reported category to CAIR offices. Immigration and asylum cases continue to be among the highest reported complaints as immigrants and asylees face discrimination in the government's immigration processes. Education discrimination also continues to be among the highest reported complaints, and I will speak about this more in just a moment as well. But it is worthwhile to note that this reflects what we have seen not only in late 2023, but throughout 2024, which is that students have been targeted not only by peers, not only by external individuals and organizations, but by their very universities and school systems because they are speaking out in support of Palestinian rights and against the genocide in the Gaza Strip. The last thing I would like to note on this slide is that for the second year in a row, hate crimes and hate incidents continue to be among CAIR's highest reported categories. This means that every day, Muslims, Arabs, Palestinians...
The incident has drawn attention to broader debates on advocacy and expression in academic institutions.